Welcome, folks, to another edition of Louisville Business Review. Today, I'm honored to have our guest, Vickie Cobble, Forehand.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
Thank you for asking. My name is Vickie, as you stated, Vickie Cobble Forehand. I am the owner and founder of ReVital 502. I I created a sole proprietorship and I conducted business within the Laos Mall for 1 year. And I was completely done. But there were people who said, no, the job isn't done. You have to move forward. And one of the things we've done was created a nonprofit that supports the for-profit ReVital. And the name of the company is now ReVital, the Joy of Amircule Incorporated.
That sounds beautiful. What is your mission statement and who do you serve?
Well, our mission statement is very simple. It is the community being our highest mission. We serve and have two target markets, one being women and small business owners, as well as the community. It's beautiful.
It is
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
So you serve women in the community. That is very, very beautiful. And what geographic areas do you serve?
Well, we're more so focused on the West End community of Louisville, Kentucky. There is a lot of need in the West End. And one of the needs that is true and dear to my heart is the need for retail. So with there being a void of retail, hence the creation of ReVital, the Joy of a Miracle.
I love it.
Yeah.
What made you choose this name?
Oh man. I chose ReVital because I was at a true revital of my life at that moment. I had just gotten a divorce from 20 years, um, learning to be an empty nester because my children were older. And the joy came from my first grandbaby's name. Her name is Joy. And a miracle being my youngest daughter's name, her middle name, because she is my miracle baby. So why not ReVital the Joy of a Miracle Incorporated?
Wow, that is beautiful. I knew there was a story behind it, but this is really.
Yes.
And what made you start this organization? What was your inspiration?
I don't want to put it out. Listen, it was anger. It was frustration. It was, are you kidding me? Because when I got a divorce, I left. I divorced Kentucky. I said, I'm out of here. I'm leaving everybody here. I'm gone. But there was a different power that said, no, you have to go back. So when I came back and I was at a position of, okay, so what are you going to do now? Where are you going to work? You got to have an income. And I started networking within the city and I got and became frustrated that there was nowhere for me to buy a blouse. Like I have to leave my community to buy a business casual outfit per se, ensemble. And that angered me, but it pushed me and it allowed me to aggressively and tenaciously create where I'm able to meet you. Yeah. That's what happened. Yeah. So my anger, and oh boy, here we are.
So,
Ah,
I love that sign behind you. I saw it on your website as well. Could you read it to us and tell us the significance of it? The other side.
yes, the bloom where you planted. That's what it states. And I received this from a very dear friend when I allowed her to know what I was doing. And she said, oh, that was sweet. And then she came back like 2 weeks later and she's like, I have something for you. I'm like, "Oh, okay, what is it?" And when she gave it to me, I was floored. I was, and I've had it ever since. This I will never get rid of this sign. It has become a part of my history, a part of my friendship with her, a part of ReVital, the joy of a miracle, because you have to bloom where you are planted. But like I said, I left. I was out of here. But I came back, and now I'm blooming where I was planted. So that's how that sign became, and I will hold on to it as long as, I mean, you can see it's a little rough. I don't know. It's been everywhere, from inside the store to back in the house to, yeah, I'll never get rid of it ever. No, it is a small reminder.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Now, Vickie, you have this. Most of the people that we interview are just pure entrepreneurs, and they're leaders in their own way. But you have this spirit about you that is like a community leader. Have you always had this in you, that you wanted to be a advocate for other businesses and people?
No, no, not not by far. And I love these questions that you are asking me. Not by far. As I said, I was married for 20 years. I obtained a degree. I was a mom. I'm a mom of 10, 5 boys, 5 girls. So if it is a case of being a leader, yes, I've already raised a corporation, with an alternate, being my grandbaby, but not by far. I honestly struggled with stepping out in the public view, being scrutinized, being over. It was hard. That was my biggest challenge, because if anybody really knows me, they know I don't even want people looking at me. Why are you looking at me? It's it's one of my OCDs, or I don't know how to describe it. It's easier to play the background. Coming from a big family, I have 9 sisters, 1 brother. And I'm the middle baby, so it's easy to blend in and back up and go with the flow. So no, I know. But if you ever want to make God laugh, tell him your plan, because apparently he has a different plan for me than the one I had, because ReVital was supposed to be 2 windows, 1 door, and I ended up with 4,000 square feet, 2 doors, a bunch of windows. It was amazing. This is amazing. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, no, I do not. Happy to step down. Please come and step up here. Please come and tell people about you and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Off of this platform that had been created. Yeah, no, I didn't see that for myself. No, not
And
by far.
what was the, it sounds like you've had some challenges you've been through, to say the least. What was the toughest thing you went through when you started out, and what were those early days like?
I told you, we spoke briefly, that I don't want to put negatives. My whole goal and being now with who I am is pressing forward, moving forward. How do we fix this? What do we do? Okay, that's an option. All right, that's an option. Let's get an answer and a solution. But to answer your question, I met a lot of opposition of people who were like, who are you? Where did you come? Because like I said, I left. And before then, I was a housewife. I was in the house, no, I wasn't, lost high school friends, lost connections, and to just come back home and pop up. Who are you? Where she come from? How is she doing this? Who does she know? And I met a lot of opposition with that. And to be who I am, because God's still working on me now. I'm gonna tell you, I am and can be aggressive. I can be, and very vocal, and sometimes very urban. So because of that, I had to humble myself, and I had to learn how to step on that platform, and I had to learn how to ignore and press forward and keep tunnel vision and not allow anything else to enter my ear, because if I did, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. Yeah. Yeah. But I met a lot of nice people too. I did. Before I became a nonprofit, was able to conduct 60 community events geared towards the small business owner, bringing attention to our void, bringing attention to, do you know this business owner has this product right here in your community? Or how about this business owner coming into your community? I had the Derby tie winner, Peaks Ties, come hang out with us in the Louds Mall. I was floored. I was starstruck. I was, I met a lot of people, and I could not have done those events without the community and the business owner and those who saw my vision and those who supported and were like, yeah, go. And I'm like, all right, let's go, man. I couldn't have done it. I didn't do that by myself. I didn't. And now with this nonprofit supporting the retail store, Kanadra, Ishaya, Tracy, Jaquel, they are like, okay, what are we doing next? Listen, I'm a talker. I can go. One time I was so flabbergasted and frustrated that someone asked me a question, and I won't lie and say who it was because they'll be like, I asked you the question. No, someone asked me a question. Well, what do we do? And I'm like, why are you asking me? Why? Just why? Why are you asking me? And they backed up real like, it's your company. What do you mean? Why am I asking you? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like people really want to support this vision, this nonprofit. I've met a lot of nice people who care about the West End community. I have. I really have. Yeah. So
it sounds
I hope I answered your question because I can go. I'm sorry. I hope.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a lot of things you've been through, a lot of experience you've had. If you had to start over again from day one, what would you do differently?
Nothing. I wouldn't change it other than the fact of me being a little bit more humble and not using my social media as a jab, I would change that. I would, Vickie, get more humble. Come on, stop. I would change. But beyond that, I don't think everything happens for a reason. Beautiful. Nothing happens by chance. Absolutely. So if I had my way, I would calm down, Vickie. Get it together. Come on. Get off social media. Quit jabbing. Quit throwing salt. Quit stirring, pushing it in, Father. Yeah. I would change that.
Vickie, you've met so many business owners, and many of them look to you for guidance and leadership, support. What advice would you give to a business owner that might be struggling or someone that might be starting out?
Tunnel vision. Do not let anyone deter you from your vision, from your dream, from your thought process, from your goal. Tunnel vision. You're going to hear a lot of negatives. You're going to hear a lot of positives. Take them both with a grain of salt. Ignore the accolades because they're not necessary. And focus on what you are doing and what you want to accomplish. That's what I would share. Yeah.
And, COVID has impacted so many small businesses in Louisville and beyond. Has COVID had an impact on your organization? And if so, in what way?
Not being within the brick and mortar, within the Louds Mall was the biggest hurt. Although my lease was up and it was no longer valid by February of 2019, the young lady who allowed me to lease the space, she was beyond kind. She was my shero. She taught me a lot. Her name is Sandy. And Sandy was like, well, what are you doing? You coming back? Are you not? What are you doing? And our biggest challenge was me not re-signing that lease and having that brick and mortar, because when I realized I was financially between blessings, because the sole proprietorship was an self-investment for myself and the community. So when I became financially between those blessings, I found people started coming towards me. Hey, do you still have the spot? Hey, can we get over there? And I'm like, where were you? What? So not only did that propel me to say, okay, I can't stop, but those people who have corralled me sort of like made a caravan and said, hey, listen. So yeah, we're looking for another brick and mortar. That is our toughest challenge right now. Well, finances too, but yeah.
Now, if you had to look 6 months to a year, 5 years in the future, where would you like to see your organization be?
Franchised. There are a lot of communities within this global world of ours. What's going on in the west end of Louisville, Kentucky is not just occurring here. You know, I've left, came back, been to several different cities and lived in other cities, and it's not just here. It's not. There are a lot of urban communities that have a void of retail that I believe placing a franchise store there would support that community and that small business owner. So yeah, franchising would be nice. Yeah.
Now, you talk about retail. A lot has changed because of the internet and the role that the internet plays. How has the internet affected your business as more and more people jump online to seek information, products, and services?
I'm going to answer your question in two parts, okay?
Okay.
First part being, I was able to meet you because of the young lady that connected us. She, along with other people, like, who is that? Once again, what is she talking about? Look at what's going on. Does anybody know about this? How is it nobody knows? How is it I'm just now finding out? So beautiful people like yourself and like AJ and like the small business owner and the community member, you guys are like, Vickie, you got a clue? And I'm like, no, we're going to find out together. Let's go. You know, but yeah, there's also a factor of, as when we had that conversation, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm sometimes in a position where my passion and my emotions make me too free-hearted and a little bit gullible. So a lot of people have taken from me. And even still, all right, there's 80 loaves of bread on the shelf. Mine just has honey and cinnamon. You know, so it's okay. Thank you for using me as your muse. Thank you for giving to our city. But can you come west? Will you please come west with it? Don't take that vision and that thought process and not use it within our community. And I say our because we're a Commonwealth state, and common law says you're married after 7 years. So if you have been in the city of Louisville for 7 years plus, you are a Louisvillian. So the West End is your responsibility. The West End is I'm getting passionate. I'm sorry. It's our community. It's not just the people that live in the West End. Come on. You know, I came back home and took my vision, and my vision, I paid attention. Revelry is doing what I'm doing. They're not doing anything different. I mean, I might have a little magic, black girl magic, but Revelry, Margaret's on Frankfurt. There was a business on 4th and Chestnut set on the corner, had a bunch of artware. Please don't give me the line to you. I can't, and I don't want to take away from them. They're no longer there. But those were people that I used as muses, you know, and brought it to the West End. So I can say the same to them. They're like, oh, she's at one time, listen, at one time I heard someone say, oh, she's coming after your business next. I'm like, what? Why should it matter? It's coming to the West End. It's not going to affect you. Your loaf of bread is in the East End. I want to put my loaf of bread in the West. And even still, bring your loaf here because that's what we need. There is nothing that the West End does not need. We need everything. Seriously. I'll get to talking. Let me go because listen, I'm 50 years of age. I've resided in Louisville, Kentucky all my life. I've attended 2 high schools, 1 middle, and 6 elementary. I grew up all over this beautiful state. My mom and father were nomads. And I used to be angry, but I'm so glad that they did because they just expanded my network. But it's like, you cannot thrive if you cannot even go get a nice blouse to go to work. I did market research. $217 million leaves the West End community in retail shopping alone. So now within the West End, you have a bunch of people with products in their homes that are just sitting around because they're not using it. Are either, I don't, $217 million of products in retail, you're not still using that. And then I go off into another conversation. So well, do you want to hear it? I mean, it's real. It's like we couldn't even get a Walmart, but we are able to get a Goodwill. So now not only did you not give us a company to whereas we could purchase at least not even fine quality items, but better items than a dollar store, you now want us to fill the store so you can sell us back the stuff that we already had. Oh, okay. Make it make sense. I said no negatives, but this is what's really going on. And it's like, come on, not a bowling alley, not a movie house. We have pizza and burgers and chicken. How? You saw my bike. I work out. I would like to get a smoothie. I would like to buy a salad. I don't want to have to choose just between burgers, pizza, and chicken. I don't want to sound aggressive either, but like I said, I get very passionate about it. It has so much. I take it internally because it's our community. We are responsible.
Yeah.
Forget how it got here. Let's fix it.
That's beautiful, Vickie. The sense I get from you, the energy I get from you is like you're like a mother of the community, and what you're saying is really resonates because what we're surrounded by, what we consume, has an impact on us and on our community, and it's so important, right?
Yes.
To have access to those things that enrich our community and enrich our bodies,
Yes.
and our minds, and our souls.
Yes, because you're already dealing with a community that has survival tactics. You can turn on the news every day and you will see a story about someone in a traumatic experience. Traumatic. I was home. A young man pulled up in front of my home, car riddled with bullets. As a former healthcare employee, I immediately, without thinking, went out and started applying tourniquets. But as I was doing so, the thought process hit me, Vickie, are you serious? Because all it would take is for that individual, who's ever, whatever these people are going through, is to circle this block and see you helping. And now you are in, it's all trauma. That was traumatic for me. I became a first responder from my front porch. So you're not only dealing with the fact of an ability of not being able to thrive within your own community, you're also dealing with trauma that has occurred for generations, for decades. And so on top of that, you have to figure out how you can play your important role, how you can do something to help with this.
Yeah. So Vickie, as we begin to wrap up this interview, and it's been
Okay.
really insightful, I really appreciate you coming on. What is the one thing you'd like to see in the community that, should that occur or that accomplishment happen in the community overall, that would have you emphatically saying, yes, we did it. We actually did it. What would be that one thing?
Well, naturally, a ReVital thriving, naturally, I would want that to occur. But to step outside and off my own realm and out of my platform, I have noticed a lot more mental health occurring, a lot more collaboration of small business owners acknowledging that your platform is needed. There is a lot of need in our community. So I would truly, truly love to see an expansion of those mental health workers and employees coming deeper west and making more noise and more help, because you're dealing with a lot of trauma.
Mhm.
And not just trauma, you're dealing with children and generational trauma. And so because of that, now you're in a position of survival.
Yep.
It's tough. It's tough. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And I want other people to join us, to acknowledge that there is a need and void for retail. And please check us out. Step on this platform. We are a nonprofit. Did I say that? So we can accept all grants, all investments. It is moving forward. It will happen. We will. We would, to quote our new upcoming mayor, Shamika, we'll get there together. We will get there together, and we're not going to stop shining because somebody's scared of our light. No. I live here. We all live here. We all have a responsibility. I'm just trying to play my part.
So, Vickie, why is all this so important to you? Why are you so passionate about this? Why does it matter?
My grandmother's 94 and she still drives. She's 94 and she lives in a hot zone, to say. She lives off, I won't put my granny's business on, but she is 94 and she's driving, but she has to leave her community just to go buy a carton of milk. Come on. No. Joy, my grandbaby, she's going to have to do the same? No. So with my passion for my family, my love for the city, my love for the community, makes me say, if I don't, who will? We got to do it. We got to get this done. Not only for my grandmother, but for your grandmother. Not only for my grandbaby, but for your grandbaby. My 16-year-old, she's watching me. I can't stop now. Nah. I won't. Nah. So yeah, those people push me, and my love for my city pushes me. Yeah.
Now, Vickie, as we wrap up, is there anything you would like to leave the audience with? Anything you'd like to share that you haven't mentioned already?
www.rtjoa.net.
Vickie, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are you struggling to figure out the best ways to promote your business? Forget about the failed attempts and get your business featured at Louisville Business Review to experience the real-time conversion and aspire to new heights of success with greater exposure and ROI. Visit www.louisvillebusinessreview.com to get featured now.